Hey, how's it going everyone? Bricks and Mal Productions, back with another review video on some more LEGO compatible LEGO-like products that I got on AliExpress. Today we're going to be looking at this set of 10, I'm not even sure what brand they are, to be honest, but I did get them on AliExpress and I'll have them linked below if you're interested. But they're labeled as World War II U.S. Airborne 101st Division soldiers, so these are relatively inexpensive, which is the main reason I bought them. I mean, this set of 10, with the weapons included, was $17, and that's with these weapons that are, painted and such. I actually bought 2 of these sets. The other set I bought, instead of having the variety of painted weapons, just came with the same 10 soldiers and a bag of these 10, not painted, just plain brown M1 Garands. But I'm just going to show the painted ones today since the soldiers are exactly the same. So they come in the pack, like I said, 10 figures, and they come individually wrapped like this, where everything is assembled except for the arms and the helmet. That's from the other set of 10, but I'm going to go ahead and just show off each one of the figures individually, or at least each one of the types, and then we'll go ahead and look at the weapons as well. Alright, so this is the first of the 4 different types of minifigures that you get. You only get 1 of these in this set. Each of the other 3 types you'll actually get 3 of. Let's go ahead and get a little bit into the detail here. So, looking at the helmet, this one has a unique helmet compared to the rest. It has what appears to be, I think that's the captain rank in the military, or in the army. Insignia there, as well as a bit of a strap hanging off the helmet that also happens to hang onto his face. Then on the rear, there's also this other symbol, right here on the back, and another kind of partial strap, but no strap on the rear of the head there. Looking at the torso, it's pretty detailed. There's a lot of different pockets and such, and on the sleeves there are these, I don't know what you'd call them, buttons, as well as this insignia on there as well. On the rear you get a lot more detail as well. You get, there's a knife here, looks like a canteen, and I think that's a shovel or something, as well as another button on this sleeve. One thing that's unique about this minifigure is on the pants piece you get a sidearm holster on this side. None of the other ones have that, but besides that, the pants are pretty similar. The colors overall are pretty good. Comes with boots on there and a pocket on this side. So yeah, overall this is pretty detailed. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next figure. Alright, so this is the second type of figure that you get with this set. With this one specifically, you get 3 of them, and all of them are identical, heads and everything. But we'll start off again with the helmet here. This one has no kinds of insignias on the helmet, but it does have the same strap on the front, although this time it doesn't go onto the face. As well as this one, I'm not sure how well the camera's picking it up, but it looks like there's a kind of darker green netting on it as well, which is pretty cool. But like I said, no insignias on the helmet there. As far as the torso, one unique attribute about this one is you can actually see the dog tags hanging there. He comes with a few what look like ammo pouches there on the front. And this one, the arms are a little bit different. On this side, the sleeve has a rank, which I believe that's private or private first class, as well as the same Airborne logo there. On the rear, you get pretty similar detail, though there's no knife, and the canteen I think is on this side underneath the arm instead of on the rear. But still plenty of detail there on the rear. Looking at this side, there's another kind of insignia area there. And you can see on this one as well, there's no pistol holster. The pants are just the same boots, but with pockets on both sides instead of the holster. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the next figure. So this is the next figure in this set. You get 3 of these as well. This one, again starting at the helmet here, the helmet is exactly the same as the last one. It has the strap on it that once again does not go onto the face, and the same dark green netting. As far as the torso, the front of it's very noticeably different than the last one. You have this big gray pouch thing on the front, as well as what looks kind of looks like a bandolier or something underneath it, with some more ammo pouches on it as well. Looking at the sleeves, this one's similar to the last one, but with a different rank on the sleeve. I believe that is the rank of Corporal in the Army. As you can see there, with the same, again, like Airborne insignia and the buttons. On the side, you're just getting some pouches. Same thing on the pants there, just another pocket. And then on the rear looks pretty much the same as the last one. Plenty of detail, a couple of pouches and such. Looking at this side, underneath the arm there, you can kind of see the canteen, as well as the insignia on the sleeve as well is this time a green color compared to the kind of dark tan on the previous one. There's a button there as well. The pants on this one are the same as the last one, just buttons, no additional detail, just the buttons and boots on this one. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the last kind of figure. Alright, and so for the last figure that you get in this set, you get 3 of these as well. This one's a little bit different than the last 2, starting off at the top here. The helmet has the same strap on the front that once again does not go onto the face, but the netting on the helmet is of a much lighter color. Looking at the torso here, the front seems to have a lot more pouches on it than the previous ones, as well as looks to be kind of like a bandolier kind of thing, with a bunch more pouches on it. Pretty detailed overall. Looking at the sleeve here, you'll notice that there is no rank here. It's just the blue, like, Airborne symbol thing there as well, with the buttons. And you can see on this one that the canteen looks like it's under his left arm there. On the pants here, you just get pockets on this side. Looking at the rear, there's a pretty good amount of detail here as well. Looks like the same kind of things as the previous ones, except there's that kind of whatever that is on the right there, that dark gray or black thing. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to be, but that was missing on the other ones. So that's a notable difference here. Looking at the other sleeve here, same thing as the previous one with the green insignia, as opposed to the dark tan that was on the other one. Just buttons, and once again just a pocket on the pants with the boots. So overall pretty detailed. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weapons. So the first weapon we get here is a grease gun. You only get 1 of these, assuming to go with the captain. And looking at this, one thing I will say is that this gun feels kind of obnoxiously large. I have a few of the weapons that this came with in brick arms equivalents as well. I'll go ahead and just show the brick arms one for a bit of a size comparison here. And you can see the one that this comes with is notably larger. I think kind of too big, to be honest. One other thing I will note about this gun is I'm not sure how the camera picks it up. You can kind of see it a little bit there on the top. I'm not sure if it's how it was molded or what exactly it is, but it looks like the top of it's all kind of cracked. I think it's a little bit more evident on the other side. This lighting doesn't pick it up very well, but yeah, on kind of the top part of the gun, a lot of the plastic looks kind of like cracked. Other than that, and the issue of it, I think, being bigger than it should be. It's pretty well detailed, and overall isn't too bad, minus the cracking on there. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next weapon. Alright, so our next weapon here is the Thompson. This is one of the guns that came painted in this set. So it's painted in 3 places here: on the rear, in the stock, on the handle, and on this front wood part as well, are all painted brown. The handle at the top of it is kind of a little bit awkward. The paint doesn't go all the way up, but overall it doesn't look too bad. I'll go ahead and give a size comparison here to the Brick Arms Thompson, because I happen to have one of those as well. This one seems a lot more consistent with other, with the Brick Arms one specifically, and I think this one also looks more to be the correct size in comparison to the minifigure, as opposed to that previous grease gun. So yeah, overall the detail is pretty decent. I like the painting on it. I think having the paint, yes, I think having these painted adds a whole nother level of detail to them. And honestly, it doesn't look too bad. Like I said, the painting on the handle is a little bit short of the top of the handle, but overall it looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and move on to the next weapon here. Alright, so the next weapon that we have here is this M1 carbine. I think this is one of the better looking guns in this set. The gray for like the magazine and the trigger, and up on the top and the end of the barrel, I think is really well done. It is painted, I believe, but honestly it almost looks like it was kind of over molded, but I think it is just painted. Overall, I think the detail on this one's actually really good. Especially compared to the Thompson and the grease gun. Go ahead and give another view from this angle. Once again, I do also happen to have this one in as a Brick Arms version as well. So I'll go ahead and give a bit of a size comparison, although these are not exactly the same. As you can see, this one's a little bit bigger, I think, or it might not be that much bigger. I think it's just the stock, and this is not exactly the same weapon, but it looks roughly to be the same size. But yeah, overall it's pretty detailed. Painting looks really good. Oh, there's also a little bit of gray painting there on the end of the stock as well. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to the next weapon. Alright, so the last weapon that we go with this set, you get 3 of these as well, as you did with the previous 2, the Thompson and the M1 carbine. I think I forgot to mention that, but I get 3 of these as well. This one is also painted. So the trigger, the top area here, there's a little like metal ring around here, and then the tip and the edge of the stock are all painted gray. Once again, I think this one is also pretty well detailed. I will go ahead and actually pull out one of the plain brown ones from the cheaper version of this set as a comparison to see what it looks like painted versus not painted. So this is the unpainted version. I think the painting looks really good. I think it adds a lot of detail. And I kind of wish I would have just ordered more of these instead of the other ones, to be honest. This one I don't have a Brick Arms version, so I can't show you a size comparison there, but we'll go ahead and just show it from another couple angles. But I think overall it's really detailed. And these weapons are honestly of surprisingly good quality, so. So yeah, now I just want to go ahead and share some final thoughts. So these figures, not sure if I mentioned the price earlier, but this set specifically with the painted weapons and the different variety of weapons was about $17 US, so you're paying about $1.70 per minifigure, which is insanely cheap compared to a lot of other companies that sell printed minifigures. These obviously are not authentic Lego. As a result of that, there are some quality issues. The arms on all of these are very stiff for the most part, and the legs tend to be a little bit loose, but overall I think they look pretty good. I think they're very well detailed, and despite their flaws in terms of the figures themselves, I think the price is pretty well worth it. If you want to get the 10-pack of the same figures that just come with the plain brown weapons, M1 Garand, instead of the painted variety ones, those are a little bit cheaper. Those are, I believe, about $15 for the set of 10, so you're paying about $1.50 per figure. Honestly, I think the $2 more is worth getting some of these painted weapons. Even though I think the weapons aren't as good as other brands like Brick Arms, but I think honestly, for the price, I think they're pretty good. So I'll leave a link down in the description if you're interested in purchasing these. I'd recommend them personally. I have another review that's going to be coming out soon. I also ordered some German ones, so I'm going to review those as well. And I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. So yeah, until next time, I'll see you all later.